This is USVI News, your Virgin Islands connection.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us for USVI News. I'm Emily Matson. We begin today with details of a daring rescue near St. Thomas. A U.S. Coast Guard helicopter air crew rescued a spear fisherman in distress off the rocks just off of Dog Island on Sunday. Take a look.
Low checking swimmer. And low check complete. Swimmer's going down. Okay. Swimmer is below the aircraft.
The survivor, a man reportedly over 50 years old, was injured and holding on as 6-foot seas from passing Tropical Storm Earl crashed against the rocks. The aircraft commander on the case said, quote, "This was a challenging case in a tropical storm with heavy seas, gusty winds, and low visibility, but this is what the Coast Guard trains for." She went on to say she's proud of the crew. Everyone came together as a team and safely and efficiently executed the mission. Fortunately, the survivor was able to hang on until the Coast Guard arrived, and they are all glad that he is safe. Coast Guard watchstanders in Sector San Juan received a call at about 8:30 a.m. Sunday from a St. Thomas 911 emergency dispatch operator who relayed a distress communication from the friend of the fisherman who was on board a 26-foot vessel. Once on the scene, the U.S. Coast Guard boat crew tried to pass a line to the injured fisherman, but the crashing waves prevented the crew from getting close enough to reach him. That's when the U.S. Coast Guard helicopter moved in and deployed the aircraft rescue swimmer, who, as you just saw, used a harness to secure and hoist the survivor from the rock. Amazing stuff here. The U.S. Coast Guard air crew transported the survivor to the airport on St. Thomas, where he was transported to the hospital for treatment. And as we make our way through what's now the peak hurricane season, we remember many significant storms which have caused a great deal of damage to our beautiful Caribbean. Tuesday, September 6th, marks 5 years since Hurricane Irma, a deadly Category 5 hurricane, passed through the Leeward Islands, resulting in billions of dollars worth of damage which is still being repaired in the Virgin Islands. And at last week marked 10 years since Hurricane Sandy destroyed parts of New Jersey and New York. FEMA Administrator Deanne Criswell, who recently visited the Virgin Islands, she spoke about the lessons learned from these catastrophic storms.
So we are 10 years from Superstorm Sandy, and there was a lot of lessons learned from Superstorm Sandy and things that we have taken into other events that went into the future, including Harvey, Irma, and Maria. I think, some of the biggest things that came out of Sandy is a better understanding of the interdependencies of some of our infrastructure, especially when we saw the tunnels flooded in New York City and how that impacted everything else. And so having that level of comprehension and that level of understanding to create situational awareness and understand what those interdependencies are help drive our actions to improve the recovery.
Meantime, this week, the Virgin Islands Territorial Emergency Management Agency, Public Works, and the Fire Service continue with its Operation Blue Skies, an effort to distribute filled sandbags to residents throughout the territory as we approach peak hurricane season. The drive-through sandbag distribution is going to continue until September 17th. The locations for St. Croix are now on your screen. Every Tuesday and Thursday, residents can pick up a maximum of 6 sandbags per household at Department of Public Works offices from 9 a.m. until noon on Tuesdays and noon to 4 on Thursdays. And specific fire stations are distributing sandbags on Saturdays only from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Here are the locations on St. Thomas and the St. John district. No, of course, as we've been reporting, predicted an above-average hurricane season this year, but so far it has been fairly quiet in the Caribbean. Knock on wood there. The peak of the Atlantic hurricane season is September 10th. So as we approach this time, VITEMA's director is reminding residents to stay safe and, of course, be prepared. As we begin a new week, active COVID-19 cases remain steady territory-wide. There are currently 203 active COVID cases territory-wide, with 116 currently on St. Croix, 86 on St. Thomas, and just 1 case currently on St. John. And the Virgin Islands Department of Health now says it has the updated vaccines available for those eligible for a booster shot.
Vaccines are recommended for all people ages 6 and older. Exciting news, the new formulation of the COVID-19 vaccine, the bivalent vaccine, which is more effective against the newest variants, is now available. At the DOH clinics, we currently have 800 doses available in the territory, 600 Pfizer and 200 Moderna. Private providers are requesting their inventory as well. Anyone 12 and up for the Pfizer and 18 and up for the Moderna qualifies to receive this new formulation if it has been at least 2 months since your primary vaccine series. Alternatively, if you currently qualify for a booster, you can receive this bivalent vaccine as that booster. As a reminder, our COVID-19 vaccine schedule is that vaccines take place as a regular part of the Department of Health's clinic schedules.
And you can visit the health department's website for information on vaccine clinics where you can get the new booster shots. Scientists say they've made a major breakthrough in the fight to save a species under threat in the Caribbean, the elkhorn coral. It's a historic step forward, which could also offer humans extra protection from the fury of hurricanes one day. Isabel Rosales reports.
Year after year, we pay the price in dollars and lives when hurricane season strikes. But under the waters those storms gain their strength from, there's an unexpected layer of protection. Coral reefs. They break up large waves and guard coastlines from storm surge. Spanning about 360 miles, Florida has the world's third largest barrier reef. And right now, it's at risk.
You can't have the ocean running a fever every summer and not expect there to be impacts.
But in this tank, a sign that hope is not lost for Florida's reefs. You're looking at a major scientific breakthrough. Elkhorn coral spawning. The Florida Aquarium says it is now the first in the world to reproduce this threatened coral using aquarium technology.
The first sense is just sheer relief.
Carrie O'Neill is a senior coral scientist. She's also been dubbed the Coral Whisperer. This spawning produced a couple thousand baby elkhorn corals. Her team has figured out how to spawn 13 other species, yet elkhorn takes the top spot.
It's really the most important.
Named for its resemblance to elk antlers, this coral lives right at the top of the reef crest, meaning it plays a big role in protecting Florida's coastline from devastating storm surge, which climate change is making even worse. Problem is,
now there are so few left that there's just a few scattered colonies.
In the race to restore the reefs, there's more work to be done. This breakthrough, only a first step. In about 2 years, this lab-spawned elkhorn coral will grow big enough. Then scientists will scuba dive down and plant them into the coral reefs.
We are really buying time. We're buying time for the reef. We're buying time for the corals.
The goal is a breeding program where they could ultimately breed more resilient coral, capable of withstanding threats like pollution, warming ocean waters, and disease.
3, 2, 1, dive.
Nature can then pick up the rest.
There is hope for coral reefs. Don't give up hope. It all is not lost.
I'm Isabel Rosales reporting.
On Labor Day, President Biden visited Pittsburgh and Milwaukee, campaigning for candidates in key Senate races. The president, as well as former President Donald Trump, have been busy rallying their voters ahead of November midterm elections. And now a federal judge is weighing in on the former president's request for the appointment of a special master in the FBI Mar-a-Lago search. Our USVI News' Kristen Allen reports.
A federal judge in Florida has authorized the appointment of a special master for an independent review of the items the FBI seized from former President Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate. The ruling puts the Justice Department's investigation into the documents on hold for now, though the national security assessment can continue. The detailed list of inventory taken from Trump's Florida residence includes 13,000 items, among them more than 100 documents marked classified and 48 folders with that marking found empty.
The shameful raid and break-in of my home, Mar-a-Lago, was a travesty of justice.
The legal victory comes after Trump had lots to say about the FBI and President Biden at a rally in Pennsylvania.
He's an enemy of the state. You want to know the truth?
Both the former president and the current one are working to energize voters ahead of the midterms.
The extreme MAGA Republicans in Congress have chosen to go backwards, full of anger, violence, hate, and division. But together, we can and we must choose a different path.
President Biden spoke to union workers in Milwaukee this Labor Day. Then the president headed to another union event in Pittsburgh, his third visit to Pennsylvania in less than a week.
Clear which way the new MAGA Republicans are. They're extreme, and democracy is really at stake.
The midterm elections are 64 days away. Kristen Allen, USVI News.
And the Justice Department says it's looking at the judge's opinion and will consider appropriate next steps. The judge has given both the DOJ and Trump's legal team until September 9th to propose a list or special master candidates in a detailed proposal with that person's duties.